Chop, chop, choppity chop, 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 choppity chop. Cook it, bake, cook it, do 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 da da da. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good every time.
I love our theme music.
It is so much fun.
You shouldn't love your theme music that much. You really shouldn't.
Yes, you should. That's great. Okay, let's go. Let's roll it. Let's go.
All right. Hi, everyone. I am Chef Daniela and I am a professional chef culinary instructor.
And I'm Grant Herms. I'm a journalist and a passionate home cook. And welcome to Panic at the Pantry, where we raid your fridge to write recipes, not tragedies.
Welcome to our second episode of Panic at the Pantry. We are so excited to be here. We are beyond happy to see so many different comments, hear wonderful reactions to Panic. We're really ready to create some kitchen magic again. I've gotten some really cool calls. I had my aunt, my Thea Sherry, call me the other day from the road, and she goes, "It's Panic. I'm panicked at the pantry. I'm ready for the second episode." I'm like, "You're fantastic." So we've gotten some good reaction.
Panic pilled after the first episode. I like that. I like that a lot. I did too. So many people said it's so much fun. Some things, especially like your tip of the last episode about the garlic, which was like a perfect way to start this thing because everybody had that problem. And if you haven't listened to that episode, go back and listen to Danielle's tip about how to not burn your garlic because it was so good. And so many people were like, that is exactly the thing that I needed. And I've gotten so much fun feedback that I've been looking forward to being able to come back and do our second episode because sometimes these things don't always work, and it just really did, and it felt really good, and also made me hungry. So I did eat right before we started taping.
I said the same thing.
Yeah.
I can't go into this hungry. I did it last time. That was a silly thing to do. So I just downed I pounded some pasta real quick, obviously.
Yeah, which I feel like comes into play in our guest today.
It does. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's apparently where my head is at. Well, my head's always at pasta, but
When do you not have pasta on the brain?
I promise I won't do it every time. I swear to you guys. I promise.
Okay. I know that there was also some other bigger culinary news this week, culinary adjacent news this week that we have to talk about.
Yeah, it's kind of culinary adjacent. It's my favorite sourdough maker of all time, Taylor Swift, got engaged.
I promised that I would be nice and for you, but my wife is also a Swiftie. It was a big deal in our house as well.
Big deal.
I mean, I am impressed with her sourdough lamb skills, like with her designs on the sourdough. Whenever I make loaves of bread, I can't do that.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching their podcast and she talked about the sourdough, I may or may not have screamed. I got beyond over proportionately excited about this. And I just want to say, us culinary students, we were doing sourdough before it was cool. I mean, before it was popular, before COVID, you had to learn how to make a starter. You had to do sourdough. And then during COVID, everyone was texting me, "Can I have a little bit of Annie B?" That's my sourdough starter, which is a whole different story. I named her after Anne Boleyn because you have to chop off the top of her. Never mind.
Very good. It's very good. It's a very good food pun. I killed my starter a little while ago, so I just have the little chip of it at the bottom, which I can. I do want some Annie B. That would be great. I'll come over and get some. I haven't cooked sourdough in a little while.
I haven't either. It's been a hot second, but before Whatever. It was cool.
We're getting into some soup season coming up too in the fall, and I need some of that sourdough to go in the soup. It's part of it for me.
Yes. Yeah. I just had, because it was a little chilly the last couple days, and I started thinking about the venison chili that I like to do in the fire pits with that sourdough just dipped into it. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All the food tangents. Just, I'm so glad I ate.
This is false fall though. I was pulling out soup recipes. I've got this miso French onion soup that I make every year that's really good, but in about 2 weeks, we're going to be hot again, and it's going to still be tacos and margarita season. So we got to hang on to that. But
I hate it.
we should talk a little bit about what this show is all about, because it is just episode 2 and there are going to be new people here. So we are taking callers into the show who deal with the daily struggle of what do I make for dinner, that panic as you open your pantry of what is going to be on the table when you make dinner. We are going to look at all their fridges, their pantries, their freezers, and we are helping them put together that meal in real time on the spot.
We had a lot of questions about this, and we want to remind people we're not using AI. We're not using cookbooks. We're not using Google. My grandma is not over there on the other side of the camera here. It is all really our creativity on the spot, all of our imaginations.
Yeah, there was no chef GPT here, like for us to be typing this in. It is real time as the callers are waiting on the other end of the line for us to come up with these recipes. So you're hearing our thought process, hearing us develop these recipes in real time. Even today, I throw out a pretty weird idea that we both agree is weird. I'm still going to try it, but it was too weird. It was too weird to like tell someone else to make it.
Grant, I'm very uncomfortable calling you that weird. I mean, you are weird, but I love you for being weird. But that is something that I think you really need to try, and then you need to report back instantaneously, because if it works, my friend, kudos. I'll bake you
Yeah.
cookies or something. I get a gold
Ooh.
star if that works.
Ooh, I'll take
Yes.
that.
Yes,
Just
sir.
but just those little like Pillsbury cookies that have the pumpkins in the middle of them. That's
No,
fine for now.
The Aldi ones with the caramel and the chocolate. Don't even stop it. Stop with the food tangents. Stop. Please.
All right, before we get going, make sure that you are subscribed to the show and leave a comment or a review. It really helps us out and gets the show noticed. You can find us on social media. So it's on Instagram at panic_at_the_pantry, on TikTok at panic.at.the.pant, Facebook, Panic at the Pantry. And if you want to call into the show and have us raid your fridge, DM us on social media. You can also just search Panic at the Pantry on all of those social media sites. All right, without further ado, because every episode we also get a fantastic tip from Chef Daniela. Daniela, what is our tip of the episode?
So the tip of the day, the tip of the episode, is brought to you by the province of Parma, Parma, Italy. So I'm going to blow your minds here, Grant.
Are we doing cheese already?
we're doing cheese already. I have to. So this one, as I'm sure a lot of people have figured out by watching the first episode, or if you haven't, you're new here. Surprise, I'm Italian, and we take our food very, very seriously. So the tip today is about the difference between two cheeses that commonly get mixed up. Parmigiano Reggiano is not Parmesan cheese. So when a recipe calls for Parmigiano Reggiano, they're two completely different cheeses if you're stubbing in Parmesan cheese. Here's the difference between the two. So Parmigiano Reggiano must come from a specific province in Italy, such as Parma, Modena, Bologna, those very specific places. Parmesan is really a generic term. It's really used outside of the EU, generally in America, and it's produced in different countries outside of the EU. Parmigiano Reggiano is a protected name under EU law. Only cheese from that area can be called by that name. So, for example, you can't make Parmesan cheese here in the US and call it by Parmigiano Reggiano. It has to be made over there. Parmigiano Reggiano only has raw cow's milk, salt, and rennet by law. And those cows, they're babied. I mean, they are babied. They have to be a specific breed. They eat only locally grown forage, and their milk cannot be treated with any sort of chemicals. Parmesan cheese, in contrast, has pasteurized cow's milk, which there's nothing wrong with that. By the way, it's just a different flavor, and can include anti-caking agents and preservatives. Parmigiano Reggiano is aged for a minimum of 12 months, but really the average is 24 to 36, while Parmesan cheese is aged for about 10 months. The difference really lies in the flavor. Parmigiano Reggiano is incredibly nutty. It's sweet and salty. It's crystallized. It really crunches, and it is very, very complex. Parmesan cheese, in contrast, again, is not as complex. It's milder. It can be a little bland depending on the brands, depending if it's a green can or that could I'm gonna get myself in trouble. But two very, very separate cheeses. So really, when you have a recipe that calls for Parmigiano Reggiano, go and find it. The beautiful thing is when I was a kid, you couldn't just find this anywhere at the grocery stores, but now you can find it anywhere from Costco to Meijer's to Kroger, and it really is a beautiful thing. It's okay to use Parmesan. Of course it is. It's just going to be very, very different in flavor.
Yeah. And I always like to, when I'm looking for a specific cheese, go to a place where I know that they've got somebody who is going to be working, or they've been hired at least to work with the cheese there, and they can help point you in the right direction. I do want to ask a question, though, about this idea of aging cheese for 12, 36 months. I mean, we're talking 3 years. This cheese is sitting in a warehouse, a cave. I don't, I'm trying to get a sense here, because like if I let cheese age in my fridge, it does not become better cheese. So
Yes.
how is this safe?
So the aging process actually is really cool because it makes it safe. And that's the thing about pasteurized milk and raw milk. So pasteurized milk is wonderful. It was a wonderful discovery by Louis Pasteur, actually. And it makes it so the milk is safe. Any bacteria is heated up and it's killed off. But what's really cool about cheese is that you actually can use raw milk that's not pasteurized because the aging process itself protects it from any sort of harmful bacteria like Listeria or E. coli because it can't survive the aging process. So aging cheese, again, is a safety mechanism onto itself. Plus, the cows, especially with Parmigiano Reggiano, again, they are babied. They are inspected. It's super, super rigorous. And actually, the milk is inspected, I think it's 2 hours after coming out of the cow. So it doesn't have time to spoil, and the safety issues would be called out immediately. So it is very, very safe to eat.
Amazing. So Parmigiano Reggiano is like the champagne of cheeses. It can only be called that if it's from this region in Italy, and everything else is just Band-Aid brand Parmesan cheese. Got it. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our caller. And it's a real one this week. I mean, she is somebody who is very, very busy, has been pulled in all sorts of different directions. I don't think had time to go to the grocery store before talking to us, which is the way we like it. But we still, I think, made a pretty good meal out of this thing. I mean, it sounded really good to me, and I'm a little jealous that I'm probably not going to have any. But let's take a break. So our caller this week is Lauren. She is a corporate event planner who also has her own business planning weddings. In fact, I know Lauren because she planned my wedding a few years ago.
Oh, yay.
And she did a fantastic job. And she has been so busy in the past 2 weeks. Now, it is just her at her place, although we do start this call with her very adorable dog, Brooke. But her fridge was, I think, pretty normal for most people, especially most very busy working people. It wasn't anything crazy. Some berries that were going bad because who doesn't have that in their fridge, especially this time of year, right? Everyone.
Yeah.
And I think our process for coming up with this recipe was really interesting, not just because that was weird, but also because we kind of got pulled in a few different directions. It was really fun.
Yeah, and actually, when I email her later, I'm going to talk about some of those different directions. I don't want to spoil too much for everyone in future episodes, but at the same time, there was about 3 different things I think we came out with and directions she could go in. So you never have too little in your pantry. I'm going to put my foot in my mouth when I say that. Someone's going to come with like a gummy worm and like one cheese that like make dinner.
You're going to open it up and it's just going to be a moth flies out. And they're going to be like, ha, no, but I think you're right. And I think that is kind of the beauty of some of this episode is that like she said she didn't have a lot, and we got in there and it was like, actually you have more than you think. You just need the right ideas because you've got all the tools. You just need the roadmap. You just need the instructions. And I think that was the most fun for me in this episode was at first thinking that she didn't have very much and then realizing that she actually did.
Yeah, for sure. And those little tiny things that you can always incorporate that you never think that you can. If you have some sort of green, in this case, she has spinach. If you have kale, if you have those herbs that, they're going to go bad, throw them in practically anything. I love doing that. It adds color balance. It adds freshness. So we did good.
I think so.
We did good.
Let's get to the call.
Okay.
This is the way to start an interview with a dog. We should start all of ours like this. There she is, on cue. Good girl.
I just said pookie pookie poo, and mine over here is like looking up like me. I'm like, sorry, not you. That's fine, babe.
Mine just came around the corner and then like poked her head in. Well, Lauren, thank you so much for doing this.
Of course. Thank you guys for helping me.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit before we get into your fridge and continue to be distracted by your adorable dog. What is a normal week for you like when it comes to meal prep, when it comes to cooking? How much time do you spend in the kitchen? Are you eating dinner at home a lot? What is this like?
Yeah, so I'm definitely not a Sunday meal prep kind of person. I tend to forget about work lunches and work week dinners until the day of. And then I go, oh crap, what am I going to do for dinner tonight? So in terms of preparation, not a ton. I like to buy things that like if I'm cooking, it is like a 1 sheet pan style meal, super easy to just make in bulk and then separate for the week. But I typically eat lunch, like I'll make my own lunches. And then I would say like 3 or 4 nights a week, I tend to make my own dinners. And everything outside of that, I'll be doing either like a late lunch so that I'm not going out to dinner or I'm going out to dinner.
Okay. I mean, a sheet pan dinner, Daniela, that's some music to your ears.
It so
I love
is. I am so
dinner.
Lauren, I have to ask you, is it just you at home and the adorable puppy, or are you
It
cooking
is.
for others?
Yes,
So
no,
it's
just
the
the two
same.
of
Okay.
us.
You're singing to me because it's the same in my house. It's just me and the puppy. And I'm obsessed with sheet pan dinners because then I have leftovers for lunch. So you're already speaking my language for sure.
Yes, and I
Okay.
love easy things too. Like, would love to just put a bunch of things on a sheet pan, throw it in the oven, and say, "Here's my meal prep for
Okay.
the next 3 meals."
And you can.
Yeah,
I love that.
absolutely. That's the best part of it.
Mhm.
Also, I like the idea of you, Lauren, being an event planner in your daily life and then not being somebody who plans your meals. Feels like those things would happen together, but okay.
Yeah, no, I plan the other people's meals, not my own.
Right. Got it.
Oh, that's so it rings true.
Let's help you out here. Let's start with the fridge. What
Let's
is going
do it.
on in there?
Okay, so it might beep if I leave it open too long. My apologies.
Okay.
I don't have a whole
Everyone's fridge.
lot going on in here. So, of course, energy drinks. This is a fresh loaf of wheat bread, little
Okay.
cherry jam and pickles.
Okay.
Just little snacky things over here. So I've got Greek yogurt. This is like a street corn dip and a chicken salad dip. I've got some turkey left over, just a little deli turkey and Parmesan cheese. All of these are still pretty good. I think this expires like October, so tons of time.
Cool.
Berries are on the end of their lifespan, so these will have to be used up pretty quickly. Fresh cucumber from my dad's garden. I have my tried and true chicken sausage because easiest thing to throw in the oven. And then I've got a pack of mini cucumbers here. These are kind of on the tail end of their lifespan too. And then drawers, I've got a fresh bag of spinach, so that hasn't been opened yet. And then just various like shredded cheese, cubed cheese. I've got a little baggie of hot sauce packets, tortillas.
Okay. Okay.
Ooh, you guys are in for your money with these. And then tons of condiments, not anything outside of the norm. I think this Dijon mustard, jam, ranches. What is this one? Caesar salad dressing, tons of hot sauce,
Uh-huh.
soy sauce, lemon, lime, Parmesan cheese, butter, like just the norm.
Yeah.
This side is all drink stuff. So more
Okay.
like poppies, simple syrups that I've made and just mixers for drinks. I've got more almond milk, tons of almond milk, I guess. And then lemonade wine over here.
What kind of wine is that?
It is a Riesling.
Okay.
And I don't like sweet wines. So if you need to use this in cooking, get rid of it.
Okay. Okay. The chicken sausage. Is that like a flavor or is it just a chicken sausage or what is it?
Yes, it is tomato and basil.
Tomato
there's the
basil.
Tomato and basil. Oh, that's fine. The berries. Tell me about those. What kind of berries are they?
I've got strawberries and blueberries here. Strawberries are, like I said, kind of on the tail end of their life. Oh, I think this one's actually on the end of their life. They're molding. Don't look at those.
Okay.
Look at oh, I love it. Actually, we should look at those. They're molding.
Ooh, yeah, they are. They are molding. Blueberries, they're still good. There's not a lot left, but they're definitely towards the tail end.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
All right. Beautiful. Let's look at the pantry. Show us what you have in some of your dry goods, if you will.
All right. So, top shelf, I have cooking spray, and I've got some canned corn, black beans, and then these are refried beans, mushrooms, chicken bouillon cubes. And then behind here are tons of different pastas. So I've got lasagna. I think there's more lasagna. Oh my gosh, so much lasagna. There's like a penne noodle back there, elbow macaroni, a couple different pasta types.
Okay.
And then breadcrumbs. Oh, don't look at that. Breadcrumbs off in the back. And then I've also got little like French onion packets in there, ranch packet, and then some peanut butters and almond butter.
Okay.
Then a shelf down, we have some cereal, it's coconut chia, buttermilk pancake mix, chicken bone broth, granola bar Gushers, if you know, you know. Box
Oh my
mashed
God, I love that.
potatoes, Oatmeal, like instant oatmeal, and then these are like those little seaweed crisps that you can
Yeah.
use for like rice and fun things.
Oh, all right.
And then these are just like little packaged stuff. So I do have an instant like 90-second whole grain and brown rice.
Mm-hmm.
Scandinavian swimmers, chia seeds. These are pistachios. This is a little granola mix, peanuts, almonds, and then some cans of chicken noodle soup.
Okay.
And then these are more the baking style thing. So brown sugar, I've got cake mix, I've got coconut oil. There's also apparently cherry salsa in here. That was a fun surprise. Flour,
Yum.
sugar, and then just some more little snacky things. Like I have sour cherries. I think there are gummy cherries in here.
Okay.
And then dried fruit.
Okay.
All right. The pistachios, are they shelled, Lauren?
They are, I believe so. Let's grab them. Yes.
They're shelled. Lovely. All right. Now, as far as some staples maybe you have on your counter, do you have garlic, onion, any other of those staple things?
I just
Not in the
have
fridge?
garlic on my counter.
Garlic. There it is.
Cool.
Love it.
Okay.
Okay. What do you think, Grant?
I want to check out the freezer. I want to see one more
Okay.
thing if she's got it. Lauren, can you take us to the freezer?
Let's go. Okay. This is where things go to die.
She's
Okay,
so
so-
relatable.
These are things that I have made previously and frozen. So this is a huge container of pasta sauce that I made. This is a container of cheesy potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
This is like frozen, like mashed raspberries dipped in chocolate, and that's a little bean and rice burrito. So little like random meals in there.
Chocolate and raspberries, definitely the staple. Everyone
Yep.
should have that around. Nice.
I have
Obviously.
them, obviously.
Obviously.
You are the romantic one, Daniela. That's yeah.
More pasta sauce that was frozen. And then some little ice cream. These were little tacos that I made that I froze. More ice cream, the blue raspberry screwballs. Those are the best.
Yes,
And
I
then
love
on
those.
this side, we have a couple of chicken nuggets left in here. There's also frozen ground turkey. And then frozen berries. So I've got blueberries and strawberries in this bag. What is in here? Oh, these are frozen sausage links, turkey sausage links.
Mm-hmm.
Frozen blueberries, more frozen strawberries, and then there is salmon, frozen salmon back here. I have vodka ice pops, of course. If you want to incorporate those.
Vodka ice pops. Why aren't we friends?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, come over.
Going to have to, obviously.
These are from Costco too, so
Fancy.
10 out of 10. An Alfredo chicken, like just easy meal kind of thing.
Okay.
Oh, this is just ice, so nothing cool there. And then these are snacks for my dog, so frozen carrots, frozen bananas. And then I have some pulled pork in here, and then some sauce for the pulled pork. I don't eat pulled pork. That is for my boyfriend, and I
Okay.
just keep forgetting
Love
to give
it.
it to him.
Ice cream. I want to ask real quick. Ice cream. I know you had like pops and popsicles and stuff. Do you have just regular ice cream?
Yeah.
No, we don't have ice cream.
No, just these little fruit
Okay, got it.
bars, and then the
Okay.
screw balls.
Okay. All right. I think I have an idea. Lauren,
Okay.
we're gonna have you go on mute here for a minute, and then this is the part of the
Okay.
show where we talk about the recipe, and then we'll be back in a little bit.
I have one more question, Lauren. Yeah, before you leave. Do you have any fresh tomatoes, canned tomatoes, or tomato paste?
No, to none of that. I have none of that. I use all of my tomato paste for pasta sauce.
Which is a great place to use it. So great. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Lauren, hang tight. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Daniela, what are you thinking here?
So I'm thinking two different things.
Okay.
I'm always curious if you're thinking what I'm thinking. So it's fascinating.
I also have two things. Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking either tacos,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the chicken sausage. She has spinach. She has some things to make like a really simple sauce with that yogurt. And we put together some tacos. Or I was thinking pasta. Again, with the chicken sausage, the spinach, she could put together a really nice pasta for herself and then do a cucumber salad on the side.
Yeah, I was thinking either like a Greek pasta salad with that chicken,
Oh, I love that.
the Greek yogurt. She's got lemon juice in there.
Yeah.
We'll have to double check if she's got any kind of dill, but also just cucumber, lemon juice, and Greek yogurt is like
Mhm.
kind of a poor man's tzatziki sauce. I don't think I'm ever saying. Is that how you say that? I don't think I ever say that right.
Tzatziki. Yeah. You said it perfectly. Tzatziki.
Tzatziki. Okay, good. Okay, I'm just a speak and spell at the end of the day. I just just see monkey, say monkey. Okay, so I mean, like you could do that without the dill, and it could be, it's not as herby, but like it still gives you that punch. But she's got the elbows in there. She's got the chicken sausage. The tomato and basil will be kind of nice in that. I know that you had asked about the blueberries. Was your head just somewhere, or what were you thinking?
Oh, well, I was thinking because I didn't want them to go bad. So I was thinking something along the lines of you could make a compote, which is just putting berries together with a little water, a little sugar, and then simmering them down until they're almost like a thick jam. And you can put that over ice cream. However, she could do it anyway and then keep it in the fridge, and it's going to last much longer for ice cream in the future, just because I didn't want it to go to waste.
I had an idea just now. It's a little weird.
Tell me.
So hang with me. She's got all that frozen pasta sauce in there, and that will get freezer burnt on it. It's just the nature of the water content in sauce, and that thing. What if she took some of the strawberries that she's got, some of the blueberries she's got, and mashes those down into the pasta sauce? You get sort of this like sweeter summer pasta sauce.
Dude, that's so super weird.
Super weird. I don't know if is that good? Is that good? It feels weird. I have done it with strawberries, but blueberries are weirder.
Okay.
Yes.
Huh. I've never done it. I would try it for sure. I'm not versed in that, so I couldn't direct her in that. I like using them in some way though. I don't want them to go to waste.
Me either.
It makes me sad. So maybe we give her some options.
Yeah. Let's leave the pasta sauce thing at the door, and maybe that's a fun thing I try. And that'll be in like a bonus panic or something.
Report back.
Yeah, I'll figure that out if you can make a pasta sauce and blueberries. But what do you think about? So we've got tacos, we've got regular pasta because she's got all the pasta sauce and pasta in there, and then the chicken sausage. Or do we like this pasta salad thing? Because it is still going to be kind of the end of summer here. It's cooler right now here in Detroit.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, either way, I think also she does have canned corn and black beans, so she could put those together to keep off to the side. I want to use as much of this as humanly possible. So when I'm looking at it, maybe tacos would use more, and then we can incorporate the yogurts and do some sort of sauce on it. But what would we do? We could do like a soy hot sauce, something together. When I move like this, it helps my brain work a little bit more.
I know. I need like the Jimmy Neutron brain blast thing right now. What about like a salmon taco? Because she's got those frozen salmon fillets.
Does she have salmon?
Yeah, she had salmon fillets down there.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I love salmon tacos. But the chicken sausage, remember, is not frozen.
It is not frozen, but it is tomato basil.
It's right. That wouldn't go well on tacos. So we have two choices in my mind. We either go with the tacos. She's going to defrost the salmon, which won't take long, and use a bunch of this stuff up. Or we go the pasta route. I love the pasta salad. You could even, Grant, actually make cook the sausage, deglaze it with that wine to make it a little sweeter, and then temper in the yogurt to make it nice and creamy, and then put it on the pasta to make like this pasta salad-esque. But it would be nice and creamy and incorporated.
Let's do that. I like that. That sounds delicious. It also sounds faster and a little bit easier, which is the thing that she was looking for.
Yeah, she was looking for easy. That's true.
Okay. So let's walk me through that recipe again here. So we've got like what kind of pasta? Like the elbow macaroni she's got in there?
The elbow for sure. We'll use the elbow macaroni. I think that's lovely for some sort of pasta salad. I don't believe in like cold pasta salad with mayonnaise. Gross. So we're gonna can't. No, sorry, y'all. I can't.
Midwest moms all over just groaned. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I would never lie to you. Okay, I wouldn't. So we're talking about an elevated pasta salad. It's a room temperature pasta salad that's going to be creamy and lovely and super refreshing on a summer day. I like that idea, but we're not doing mayo and it's not being cold.
Perfect. Well, let's get Lauren back in here and walk her through.
Hello.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
We think we have an idea for you.
Okay.
And we're going to try to use up really a lot of the stuff you've got in there. Okay, Daniela, walk us through this pasta salad that she's got all the stuff for here.
She does. Okay. So, Lauren, we're going to walk you through a pasta salad, but my version of a pasta salad. I'm sure Grant's version too, because pasta salad that's like cold and has a lot of mayonnaise on it. It's just, it doesn't fly with me, but it can be done actually very, very well if you do it right.
Okay.
So here's the first thing we're going to do. You're going to take out that elbow macaroni and we're going to boil it. Boil as much as you like. Half a pound, full pound. If you want some leftovers, totally up to you. In a skillet, I need my hands. Sorry, I got to put this down. I need my hand. So in a skillet, you are going to take the chicken sausage that was in your fridge, cut it up into small pieces, and then you're going to cook it in a large saute pan. Cook it all the way through. Then I want you to remove it and put it off to the side. Then we're going to take those lovely fresh garlic that you have. You're going to chop it up, either mince it up or give it a little rough chop. Put some oil, some sort of extra virgin olive oil or whatever oil that you have at the base of the pan. Cook the garlic a little bit. And then you're going to glaze. That's when you cook some sort of meat, especially when you brown it. There's the little brown bits get stuck to the bottom of the pan. That's called fond. It's a French word that means brown bits stuck at the bottom of the pan. And yeah. The French people are going to come. The Midwest moms, the French people are going to come for me. Don't cancel me. Then you're going to take that wine in there. That's a sweet wine. It's going to be lovely to cook with. And you're going to, after you cook the garlic, put in the wine and scrape those brown bits at the bottom of the pan. I want you, as soon as the alcohol is going to burn off, it's going to take about 30 seconds. I want you to put back in the sausage and make everything all nice and happy in there. Then I want you to put in, we're not going to do this yet. I want you to do something called temper some yogurt. So we're going to take some Greek yogurt off to the side. The Greek yogurt is cold and your sauce right now is hot. So if you need a little more sauce in there, also you have that chicken sauce, chicken stock, or chicken, I think you said chicken stock in there, right?
Yeah, it was, yep, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. So if you don't have a large amount of that wine, no worries. Just supplement with maybe like a cup or a half a cup of that bone broth. And that's going to make a lovely like sauce for you. Then the yogurt off to the side. The yogurt is cold. The sauce is hot. You can't put in the cold yogurt in there because it'll do something called curdle. It gets a texture like cottage cheese, which is not going to hurt you. It's just not a very pleasant texture. So instead, put the Greek yogurt in a measuring cup, for example, and take some of that hot liquid, put it little by little into that Greek yogurt and stir it up until it becomes room temperature. Then I want you to turn off the heat. I want you to take that yogurt and incorporate it into your sauce until it's nice and creamy. Then we're going to put in that spinach that you have in there. So we have some green in there as well. So put in that spinach, let it get all nice and wilted and happy in there. And then we're going to, after we cook our pasta, we're going to take and let everything cool down a little bit. Make sure your pasta's al dente. Otherwise, I'm going to have to come over to your house anyway. Have all your vodka popsicles. And we're going to have a talk. So make sure that the pasta's al dente. Go ahead and put it directly into the sauce and fold it all together. You can enjoy this hot, but you can also enjoy it room temperature. It's so lovely. Room temp, it's nice and refreshing. You can also grate some of that Parmesan cheese on top of it as well, which plays into the tip of the day.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Well done.
And what am I missing, Grant? Can we use anything else?
I don't think so. I mean, Lauren, any questions you have right now as far as some of the process stuff you just heard?
No, I feel like that's super easy. I mean, the hardest thing there is making the sauce, which is just my bone broth and Greek yogurt combined.
Mm-hmm.
So that is super
good.
simple.
I'm glad. And, it's such a good thing to mention, too, that people think when they think of sauce, they think it's got to be, red or white. And that's not particularly true. A sauce can be a stock base, a wine base. It can just be olive oil. So there's so many things that you can do with that there.
Yeah. I did have 2 questions, Chef. So the first one is, when she's adding the garlic back in, should she turn the heat down a little bit so that it doesn't...
She should turn the heat. Thank you for bringing that up, Grant. She should turn it off completely, actually. So, Lauren, in between when you're cooking your sausage and you remove your sausage, your pan is super hot and you can burn that garlic really quickly, which is actually our tip from last week. So what I would suggest doing is turning off your heat completely, waiting about like 45 seconds for it to cool before you put in your oil and your garlic and let that saute a little bit. The pan's going to already be naturally hot, and that garlic takes like 30 seconds to saute. Just have your wine and everything on standby just to ensure that you don't burn it.
That was one of the things that I was going to ask too. And then, Lauren, that chicken sausage, is it already fully cooked?
Yes.
Okay.
Great. Get a sear on it.
Wow.
Even easier.
And so I was going to say, so you don't need to wait
No.
for it to like cook through, but if you want to wait for it to get some color when you cut those pieces up, that's what you're looking for. Like a lighter golden, maybe even to a deeper gold or
Yeah.
brown color.
Always.
Because color is flavor. And you want that fond on the bottom of your pan. But like those are perfect. So it'll take even less time.
Yes, it will. Okay. Hey.
Lauren,
Yay.
we are going to get this recipe together and then sent over to you. And if you cook this thing up, we would love for you to send us a picture of it. We could post it online, and we want to know what you think about it when you make it.
I feel like I can't not cook it. It made perfect sense. It's super simple.
Yay. Good.
Well, Lauren, thank you so much for doing this. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Lauren. Nice meeting you.
Of course, guys. Thank you for your
Hi,
help.
cute puppy.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So I really feel the need to actually try this because I have such similar things in my fridge right now, plus yogurt. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
just like, why not?
I was just thinking about like the kind of sauce that I could make with the yogurt we have in the fridge, and then I realized it's vanilla. And I have made that mistake once in my life before, thinking that I grabbed or bought like a little cup of regular Greek yogurt and then made like a Greek sauce with vanilla yogurt.
Yeah.
Didn't go great. But she definitely just had regular Greek yogurt up there. I also think that this is a good episode too, to be like, there's nothing wrong with buying store-bought things like that chicken sausage that has tomato basil in it, but like, yeah, that's fantastic. That's what those things are there for. It's just about using them in a way that makes it a full dish instead of just like heating up a chicken sausage, you know?
Yeah. And I'm sitting here. I mean, I say I judge, but I don't judge. So, I mean, like I sound a little judgy sometimes about like, cold pasta salad because I don't like it. However, at the same time, in all seriousness, everyone has something in their pantry. I mean, I have cup of noodles sitting in there. I'm a chef. I have cup of noodles sitting in there. And you know what? I love them. And I don't care what anyone says. So there are those funny things that people have. They're like, I shouldn't buy this. Don't worry about it. There's something that you can use for it. There's a meal that can be made of it. And food is food. So we're going to teach you how to enjoy it.
And that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening this week. As always, make sure you're following the show, you're subscribed, leave a comment and a review. You can tag Panic at the Pantry on social media. On Instagram, it is panic_at the pantry. On TikTok, it is panic.at.thepant. And on Facebook, it is Panic at the Pantry. Just search Panic, ! At the Pantry on all those social medias, and it will pop right up. I am at Grant Herms on X and Blue Sky, and at Grant Herms TV on just about everything else.
We'll see you guys next time.
Chop, 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 choppity chop, chop.